everybody? Today I'm going to be unboxing the MGC 6x6, so let's get right into the video. Okay, so first, taking a look at the box. As you can see, it's also different from the ones that I unboxed previously, like the 4x4 and the 5x5 that you see right there. And all you have to do to unbox this is to just take this thing off like that. And it's actually not wrapped in plastic because I took it off beforehand for some reason. And yeah. And so right here we're going to have the same setup with the accessories like this. So you can just take them out, and there's and right here we have some spring sets with the stronger and the weaker springs. And right here we're going to have some magnets in case some magnets fall out or something. And we also have a screwdriver in case you don't already have one. And yeah, whoa, that was different. And as you can see, we have the cube now unboxed, so let's just take it out the wrapping real quick. And it works like this, obviously. Taking a look at the shades, it looks like the 7x7 shades, so that's already going to be pretty nice. And just going to take this out real quick. Whoa. And as you can see, it's the MGC 6x6, obviously. Onto the first impressions. Yeah, it feels like about the same thing as the 7x7, but a little bit smaller because it's a 6x6, obviously. And on the single layer turns, the magnets aren't actually as strong as I thought it would be. And on the second layer, it's a little bit stronger, but still not as strong as I thought it would be, but that's fine, I guess. And on the triple layers, yeah, that's pretty strong right there. So maybe if they made it a little bit more balanced, then that would be like much better. But onto like some first algorithms. Whoa, it's kind of loose right now, so that's why it's a little bit weird right now. And it's also pretty fast, by the way, out of the box, that is. And this one was not lubed that much, as I can tell right now. Not as much as the 5x5, which, whoa, what the heck? Not as much as the 5x5, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, so first off, I'm going to be starting off with the corner cutting. And, whoops. And yeah, it does about like right here. And I actually forgot to do the corner cutting stuff for the other cubes, which was kind of dumb, but I did it afterwards anyways. And on the reverse, as you can see, it's about half of this thing right here. But that's when it's not tensioned, so when you actually tension it, it should be a little bit better. And here's the color scheme of the MGC 6x6. As you can see, it's very vibrant, and you can probably distinguish every color pretty well, I guess. I'm going to be setting this up with some lube, obviously, and make sure that the tensions are good, or else if I do like too many fast algorithms, it would definitely pop, like others have experienced. And yeah, some triple layer turns are very fast, unlike my old 6x6. And yeah, as you can see, it's very fast, and you may even want to slow it down in some cases. And now let's get right into the review. What's up, everybody? So I've now used the MGC 6x6 for more than 3 weeks now, so it's time to review it. Out of the series of the MGC 4x4, the 5x5, and the 6x6, and even including the 2x2 that I got 2 years ago, and also the 7x7, I would have to say that the 6x6 is the worst performing out of the box, and even with some basic setup. The reason is probably because it's an even layer big cube, which already sounds bad. But the good thing is that it's not as bad as I made it sound, because although the plastic is not as hollow as the beginning of the video, it still is a little bit cheaper feeling than something like the 4x4 and the 5x5, as well as the 7x7 and the 2x2, and maybe even the 3x3 from MGC. But by adding some lube like Galaxy, that got rid of the hollow feeling by only a little bit. And as you can hear, it's still a little bit dry, but I guess you can still put some like natural or neutral weighted lube, like some solar lube or something. But I guess you have to buy that on your own. And I've not lubricated the core yet because there was no spring noise in the beginning of the solve, so that's a good thing. But at the same time, it's down to your luck, and I guess I got lucky with this one, which is pretty good because it's a little bit hard to even take apart a 6x6 because you have to be so careful. And I'll have to tension this in the future by just a little bit because it still feels a little bit like it can pop out of some solves or something. And one complaint that I have even after the setup is that on all 3 layers, the magnetic strength doesn't seem to be strong enough, especially the second and the third layers, like I mentioned in the unboxing part. And yeah, it sounds completely smooth, as you can hear, and the magnetic click is like barely anything. And for the 5x5, even like this second layer is definitely what I'll prefer to have in the second layer of here. And for the 7x7 third layer, that'll be what I prefer for the third layer of this. But this third layer realistically feels like the first layer of the 7x7. And I wish they just put some stronger magnets. Because of this, while doing some slice moves, like the M moves and as you can see, I just did that right on camera. If you're not careful enough, you can just like hit only a couple layers and miss some other layers, which will definitely slow down your time. And because of that, you have to be a little bit more careful, and maybe you would even have to use 2 fingers or 3 fingers if you do the M moves for the PL stage of the solve, because I haven't learned the regular A perms and all that stuff. And yeah, but overall, even with the not so great magnetic strength, I'd still consider this as an excellent 6x6, as I've heard the only ones that are good are the Shadow and the Shadow V2. And yeah, so the best part of this cube is how fast it is, and making the setup process nicer than my old 6x6. But as I said before, the magnetic strength is just a little bit too weak, and slice moves would be very hard to execute. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, then make sure to smash that like button, and also make sure to stay tuned for some kendama unboxing stuff, as well as some other kendama videos coming soon. And also, if you want to see 2x2 to 7x7 relay, including these cubes right here, then make sure to stay tuned for a future video if I decide to make that. And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and also make sure to subscribe for the 500 subscriber giveaway that I do not know what's going to be in it, but make sure to subscribe for that, and I'll see you in the next video.